Hey there folks, the video you're about to see is, to be honest, a bit of a flaming wreck. It's shot with about 3 different cameras, different times of the day, and it is in order, but it's somewhat incomplete. Now I do attempt to talk you through parts of it, but just note, this is how we develop stuff, and it is kind of messy. We are not like... Actually, Tom is pretty good at engineering, but I am not. So you're going to definitely see that in this video, but I hope you enjoy it because I think it gives you a little bit of a peek into the process that we're using to create this. The process being chaos. Hey there, real gamers and gatekeepers, Retro Rob here, and I am announcing a new series. The Giant Pokitto, or Mega Keto. Not sure what I'm going to call it yet. Pokittomus Prime. But anyway, I am working on making a really large Pokitto. If you don't know what this is, it's a handheld. It's what you would consider like a low resource handheld. The idea is to try and pack as much game as you can in a small area. Developers are very attracted to this platform as they are to things like the Ardu Boy because it's a challenge to write for. This is a really great version of it. A bunch of companies have tried this kind of thing. There's only a couple that have been real successful. Fortunately, this one has survived. Really like it. I'll put a link down to them below. But anyway, the whole point is I'm going to make a big one of these. And the idea of that is to bring it to live shows. Now, me, Retro Rob, this channel doesn't really depend much on live shows, but my other channel, Guys, Games, and Beer, is pretty much dependent on being able to do live shows, so it's been really quiet, but we're just getting ready to wake back up and do some stuff. So there's going to be some crossover with my buddy Tom from the Guys, Games, and Beer show, and that is because he can fabricate large plastic things. I can fabricate small plastic things, and I can do woodworking and some metalworking, but he is very experienced in doing large things, and that's what I need here. I need a big Pokitto. So that's what this video is. This is the first of a short series of videos on the creation of this, and we're just basically getting the groundwork going for it in this video, but I thought it was kind of entertaining. So let's get started with it. How's it going?
Well, better because we're drinking beer, Rob. But what are you doing?
Well, we're working on the Giant Pokitto, which is a great idea. We're gonna take this guy and make him big. How we're gonna do that? That didn't sound good.
No, it didn't.
Anyway, we're gonna take this Lenovo and a whole bunch of plexi, and we're gonna recreate this so that we can bring it to game shows and look cool. And I think it's a genius idea.
And what looks cooler than a Pokitto anyways, Rob?
Nothing. It's adorable, isn't it?
I know.
It's the cutest thing ever.
I know. So,
Like
that mint is cool. All right, so we're gonna keep working on this. Rob's gonna be posting a whole bunch of videos on this, so kind of keep an eye on the Retro Rob station, and you will see all sorts of videos of this being constructed.
Yeah, and we'll be doing some Guys, Games, and Beer stuff as well. This is one of the few crossover videos you'll get.
Yeah.
So I don't know what tone to take, to be honest. I don't know whether to be
the drunken crazy tone.
Yeah, or
the sober serious tone. Okay, I'm lying on that. Rob is never serious.
But
all right.
I'm gonna get drunk. So
all right.
We're good.
All right. We'll talk to you all later. Bye.
All right. So our laziness has gotten the best of us. Now, number one, the first thing we did is we measured both the Pokitto, its screen, its dimensions, and this Lenovo, and determined what was it, 14 inches? Is how wide the Giant Pokitto?
Oh, about that. Yeah, it's 5.5 times the size of the original Pokitto.
So it's not gonna be huge. It's gonna be fairly decently sized, easy to transport. It won't be too bad, but the idea is in the end, you'll have this Lenovo behind it. Tom's taken these apart before and says it's super easy to just take the top off of it, and then we'll turn it around and just stick the keyboard to the back. So then we'll be running the Pokitto emulator on this, have a joystick plugged into it, a D-pad, obviously, and then we will create the Pokitto out of a piece of plexiglass The good news is I've got a really huge sheet of plexiglass. We'll put a picture in there. Pardon me if the lighting sucks, but this is the piece of fiberglass we're using. And I actually got this with my house. So far, my project price for this Pokitto is 0.00 because the laptop that I'm using, Tom left in the G2B room about a year back, and I've decided that I just claim anything that stays more than 6 months in the G2B room. No, he's fine with it. Even offered another one if I'd like. We all work in IT, a lot of free stuff there as far as computers go. But anyway, yeah, it looks pretty good. It's pretty big. Should be able to make a couple mistakes with this if necessary. And we should be able to have a couple of failures, which is inevitable with us.
Oh God, yes. We're gonna screw it up at least once.
All right, but Tom has access to you own decent hardware to actually cut these out. Where if I tried nibbling it wouldn't turn out well. So this is gonna look a lot better. It's gonna be precision cut. It's gonna look really nice, and then it's gonna be back to the wood frame. You won't see the wood frame unless you look at it from the side, but it'll be blacked out. It's gonna look really nice, I think. So what I did now is I'm in Discord, and I've hit up the Pokitto crew for an STL file.
Because we're lazy.
Yeah, so because we're lazy. To be honest, we could just measure it up, draw out our own Pokitto, but there's a good chance, since they actually developed the Pokitto, that they have an STL file that we can just steal. So we're gonna try that out and see how it goes. The Pokitto folk got back to us within 10 minutes, but we were impatient and a little bit drunk. So we decided to try our hand at making our own pattern for it.
There's our outline, Rob.
That's pretty awesome, dude.
All
right, so this is rapidsizer.com.
Yeah, so what I use this very often when I want to make a quick outline for CNC work or laser work. Yes, I know I could draw it all in. Yeah, I can do this in about 3 seconds though. And then I can just export this and convert it to an STL or into a some suitable file, DXF, whatever. This program actually works fairly well, and you've got some control.
I like the way it evened out the lines
but
too.
Do you like that? It actually straightens out the lines and everything.
It's straightened out a bunch of the lines. Do we get the raw picture? Wait a minute.
Yeah, bring the raw picture back up on the screen because it actually straightens out the lines quite nicely.
Look, this is really pretty.
Yeah, if you look, there's a little curve, and it just gives you a nice straight line to work with. So yeah, this is a great program for doing this kind of stuff. So that's it. I can take this file now and make a standard CNC file out of it. Yeah,
awesome.
Like you said, we'll drill the holes in it, we'll add all that other junk, but this gives us the basic file to start with. Now all we need to do is scale it to size.
Pretty awesome.
That quick and that easy.
All right, so great news. Not long after I put a shout out in the Pokitto Discord channel, Tuxinator told me that he made a pair of earrings, 3D printed earrings for his wife that were little Pokittos, and sure enough, he had an STL file for me. So we downloaded that. I've sent it off to Tom. He's gonna go check it out, make sure it's okay, but that should be way better than the one that I made, which we basically downloaded off a Pokitto advertisement and converted over. So that is gonna be a way better thing for this project. Great stuff. Thank you very much, Tuxinator. And I think what we're gonna do now is I'm just gonna cut off those supports for the Lenovo and get that thing ready for our next steps, and that will be the end of the video. All right, as this is kind of a crossover episode, there's going to be a little bit here for people who watch Retro Rob and those who like guys, games, and beer. But anyway, in case you're wondering whether Guys, Games, and Beer actually has a studio, right at the end of this hallway is Guys, Games, and Beer Studios. It is a real physical place, and we do actually have a lunch area. Not kidding. You can actually make lunch here very often if we're having a party or something that'll go on. But here it is, the Guys, Games, and Beer Studio, and it is 24/7 dedicated to Guys, Games, and Beer. Nothing else really goes on here other than Guys, Games, and Beer related stuff. And going back out, where we're really headed right now is to do a little fabrication. It's not really fabrication, it's destruction. And this is the back room. And guys, games, and beer folk. It is a bit of a joke, but this is actually the back office back here. And there's actually a room back here that is separate. We use it for storage though. It's not really an office. It used to have a desk in it when we got here, but we moved that out. Anyway, we're gonna have to cut up this little guy. And that's what I'm gonna do right now. All right, so sorry about the buzzing. That is the lights. Tom has already told me that I should be able to cut through, there we go. Cut through these 2 points without going through any electronics. I can see that the connector is right here for the video, so I think I should be able to just cut right through this sucker with this guy right here. So this should be fun. Let's hack it up. And open it up. And what I'm going to try and do is I'm just going to try and go through here. If I was planning to reuse this for something else, I would probably take the laptop apart and do some honest work on it to take this thing apart, but this thing's a really old laptop and it's not going to be used for anything else. Not really worried about destroying anything, so we're just going to... Okay, and there's one. It's not complete yet. I'm going to cut through the other side, I think, but... Actually, I might be able to make it through. Alright, let's do that. I do not want to accidentally pull this back. I'm not worried about, like, any of these buttons or anything, but I do not want to cut this long. I very carefully set this down. Tom informed me that there's probably some give on this guy. So there we go. And I might have to re-record the audio portion of this, but as you can see, I messed up that button a little bit, but I think we're gonna be okay. All right, so there is not as much give as I had hoped on this, so hopefully I'll be able to straighten that out. Maybe not, I'm not sure. I can just lay it down like this, but that's about all I'm gonna get. So I might have to mount something behind. The good news is on the Pokitto, there is actually about as much room to the feet below as there is from the top of the screen down. So I might still be able to get away with this. Alrighty then, let's try powering it up and make sure that everything is working. It looks like it's registering. Yeah, there we go. We got a ThinkPad screen. And this has got Windows 10 on it, but we're probably gonna switch this over to Ubuntu as long as the Pokitto emulator will allow that, because that is my preferred OS. But anyway, I did not murder it in this process, so that's good. However, it's not quite what I had hoped as far as having some give right there. So that's bad, but we'll work on that. Anyway, that is the end of this, the first of 3 episodes on, I don't know what I'm gonna call it. I think Pokitto Prime. I like that, Pokitto Prime. Yeah, giant Pokitto. And next episode, what we're gonna do is we're going to be machining the frame for it and hopefully getting things mounted. And that's it for this week. A couple notes on the cutting of the laptop. I think actually I'm gonna be able to trick that cable around because I can cut out a little notch for it and give a little bit more slack to that cable, and I should be able to flip it at that point. And then basically what I'll do is I'll use some double-sided tape to stick that together so that it will stay where I want it to. I mean, everything's going to be done via USB anyway, so it's not like I need that keyboard to actually function. I can definitely hack it in. The other thing is that we will be working on it this weekend, so hopefully we'll make some more progress. I've also got to hit up the guys over at the Pokitto Discord channel to talk about emulation. I've run into a couple of emulators. I've got some questions on how it works. So my big hope is that the next video you'll see the Pokitto emulator working, and we might have the frame cut out for the Pokitto as well. So that would be pretty cool to have for the next video. You know, maybe not. We'll see how it goes. All right, anyway, if you enjoyed this, please do me a big favor. Thumbs up, subscribe for more, ring that bell or whatever the heck that thing is. And I appreciate you watching. See ya.